Hello, everyone, and welcome to Esoteric Ebb and the stream. We have new emotes today. I'm very excited. I like them very much. Commissioned by the illustrious Pegasus Bat Spider Pictogram Communicator expert in the chat. We have an entire suite of new emotes. Similar to the old, but spiced up. And then some very fun new ones. So I encourage you to check them out. The very important producer. Oh, yep. All right. We're just launching right into it, buddy. Can you hear pizza time in my headphones? Because you got up before I reached for the bag. Oh, that's... I will help you in one moment, sir. Come here. No, I'm mirrored. You don't get the sound? Why do I get the sound? Do you get the sounds for any of the alerts? Well, that's frustrating because there has been for me. Hold on. Control audio via OBS. Set them to... Apologies, everyone. We are testing. Yeah. No. Oh, I mean, there's not supposed to be sounds while I'm doing that. That silences the bit. But I got Tobey Maguire saying pizza time, and I got the sound clip, and I clipped it, and it's made the sound every time for me, and I didn't know it was wrong. No, I mean, I want everybody to get them. Oh no. Okay. Edit alerts, general settings. Clip silence due to copyright infringement. No, I don't care about copyright infringement. How? Alert sounds not appearing. You must add them. Ah. I see. Okay. What if I do this? What if I do channel points? Was that audible? I gave it permission. Okay, I have spent too much time on this. So I'm gonna try to fix this in between. But they're not playing sounds, sir. Well, we'll test it in this way. These are from Myth. The first ones were from Annie Danny, but oh no, you've hooked your tail on my microphone cord. Hell. The feast begins. Okay, well, I'll try to figure out why the hell it's doing anything like that, and why it's not doing what it should be, and what I thought it had been for months. Fuck. Anyway, Esoteric Ebb. Let's just go to the game cam. He's lurking now. Okay. Fuck me. Okay. I definitely didn't have them set up for the whole year since that. They're a relatively recent addition, all told. But it is the same as it always was. But I've had the alert sounds playing in my ear for every single alert that I have. Damn. Because when people raid me, it screams apes together strong. And now that just means it has a picture of a guy from Planet of the Apes going with no sound. It loses all effect. Anyway. C'est la vie. The alerts are not why we're here. We're here because I'm reading the recap because it's been a few sessions since I've done it because it hasn't really changed. So no, there was more. Damn it. Fuck. You've awoken in a morgue. You've gotten a goblin sidekick. This was supposed to be a simple job. Figure out why a local tea shop exploded. Now you're standing here, the image lingering in the back of your skull. A dead elf. It's rare enough to see a live elf. Then there's that weird masked assassin. You have no clue who has it out for you. But somebody does. Beyond that, you've also got the owner to track down. From what you've heard about this guy, he could have already left the city. Though maybe if you're lucky, you can catch him before he hops onto the next ship down on Waterlane. And finally, you've descended straight into the city below, esoteric hallways full of traps, secrets around every corner, monsters crawling up from the depths. Somehow, you just know someone or something is trying to keep you from discovering the truth. You need to keep looking. Search every corner. Talk with every person. Look into the political bullshit above and the esoteric madness below. Eventually, you'll find your way forward. Last time, we spent the entire session talking to a halfling who had a lot to say about class solidarity and weird race science. It was a lot, and he was very verbose. But at the very end, we headed down towards the city below and found a secret passage in the wall that we cracked open and were about to explore. So let's explore. Oh, lobster! Thousands of dead. Ugh. I hate this place. A literal pile of skulls. Thousands. Each a life taken by war, suffering, or time itself. The eternal cycle. You will join them soon. This is insane. So many bodies. You know well about this. This was the first of the containment crypts. Containment crypt. An area designated for the confinement of bodies to avoid the risk of undeath. Many were erected beneath Norvik during the years of attempted reclamation of the Cursed Lands. The first? Oh, this is Earth's first crypt. Built for himself, by himself. These bones belong to the curse victims, those claimed by Cursed Lands horrors. Destined to rise as undead hordes, Earth sent many expeditions to the east, each an attempt to reclaim the spirits, the literal bones of those who were left behind. Entire ships were loaded with the many, many bodies, brought ashore to Norvik, then put into these crypts. There's like 10,000 skulls down here and only 50 people alive in the city. Yeah, this is where the rest of them went. Unmarked graves, yes, but consecrated all the same. An attempt at total redemption. Oh, like those little, that picture of like isopods around a bag of Doritos. I love the little isopod bottom feeders. Putting them all under the city was a pretty ballsy move. It was. And as you can see, it was a success. These bones do not move. They are not held in by the crazed vitriol of negative necromantic energy. They are at rest, even in this horrid state. So these are all people who died in the Cursed Lands? Yes, the greatest tragedy of your people. And this is how they ended up, simply due to the issue of numbers. There were too many bodies to give proper burial rites to each of them, even after burning the flesh. Sir, you want up? Since ocean or river burials are even more problematic due to the horror issue, this was the best option. Watch them carefully. They do not move. Bow your head to the dead. Rat! Behold, it's a rat. It's barely moving among the skulls. I am going to make a quick little detour. I want to go back and see if I can talk to the elf lady in Lady Sage Leaf's entourage. Oh, but I don't know how to get there from here, actually. But I wanted to learn speak with animals. Damn. I'm still gonna do it. Talking to dogs proved to give so much content in Scarlet Hollow that there's no way that I can't do it here too, right? All right, it's raining today. What? Here we go. She was down over here. Yeah. The elf looks you up and down as you approach. Human, show your primal attunement. God damn it. How could you do such a thing? To prove attunement requires years of training. You've perhaps done a few exercises in your spare time, and you've read about druidic magic, but perhaps you can try it anyway. Let's just not. The elf keeps working on her brew. Hey, Snell, why are you acting weird? Shut up. He turns away from you and the mushroom lady. Do not worry. The ladies' runner here is not a fan of fungi. I'm just keeping a safe distance, all right? He takes a few more steps away. This info will come in handy later for sure. I'm going to try to show my primal attunement again. I want to learn speak with animals. There. I will spend these shards of yore, goddammit. You kneel. Huh? You need to prove it. Your attunement to nature. Interesting. Yes. She places the bowl from her desk to the ground before you. You must show what you've learned in your studies. The primal forces are complicated, but you can still sense the tingle of your strings through every branch and mushroom. Hold your hand over the bowl. As you reach out, the elf hums. She then moves the bowl even closer to you. You believe. That is all you require. Magic is not an exact science, despite what the instructors in the towers used to tell you. The esoteric in your realm does not conform to rules. That is the only rule that they truly follow. Now, feel the oily mushrooms inside this bowl, the strings within them, around them. Grab one of them. Change it. Twist a string. Oh-ho. At first, nothing. Then a twinge. Whatever you touched, it is connected with the spores, the growth, the decay. You did little, but you did something. The elf nods. What did I do? You ruined my brew. Shit. Oh, whoops. She laughs. You caused the fungi in the bowl to change acidity. It's subtle, but it's there. You performed an act of druidcraft, human. Mushroom spotted. Would you say it's a cool mushroom? Yeah! Use druidcraft to unlock unique interactions with the natural world. The goblin looks on, giving an uncharacteristically stunned expression. I did? She gives you a lecherous smirk. Nessa grabs the bowl and pours the mushy mushrooms onto the ground. The contents wriggle before you. It went bad, huh? It's fine, she reassures you. I'm the one who pushed you. She chuckles and puts the bowl back on her desk. Perhaps you can be one human that I share knowledge with, if that is what you wish. Please do, I want to learn. Very well. What do you want to know, human? I want to learn how to speak with animals. That shouldn't be too hard. Here, a spell scroll to get you started. Cast it when you have an animal to speak with, and you should be able to hold a conversation as long as you can keep up. What is druidcraft, really? I would call it a most useful path of communication with nature. It can be used for many a thing, but for you, I would suggest focusing on the basics. Use it to move peacefully through the roots and show your balanced nature to those primal spirits who roam below. Can druids create magical food, perhaps? Certainly. There's a spell that would be very useful for you since you're on the run all the time. Good apple. It creates 5 apples. Each can feed a grown man for a full day. I doubt that. Although considering your diet, you could probably down a couple. Oh, I love apples. Can I have that spell, please? I don't have that spell scroll. Sorry. But I do seem to remember I handed one to Moongore. She might keep one in the roots of poo. Moongore? Oh, I've met her. Bugbear, right? Yes, indeed. How wonderful. She really needs more socializing down there. Such a lovely woman. Quite the bite on her. What is she implying? The elf is quite the provoker. Horrible. Are these apples real or fake? They're real. I've customized the spell myself in the process of helping Sage Leaf's apple strains down here. Magically created, yes, but real. How can I get that good apple spell scroll? Just tell her I sent you. Moongore and I are friends, you see. Good. Good. Can nature protect me? Of course. With the bark skin? I do have a spell scroll of it, but it's down in the roots, below the garden. If you pass by, take it. I keep a cache hidden underneath Lord Pooh. Pooh? A cute nickname. She giggles. We have a password. Just say, Minun Sexicas Puni, and he'll open right up. You can have the other stuff inside as well, since Sage Leaf wants you to succeed. Oh, great, thanks. You're welcome. She gives you a creepy smile. Just give the password and he will grant you access. Hi, Bridge. Welcome in. Yeah, big vibes on Ness. What are these primal forces? Nature. That includes, but is not limited to, elements, life, anything that grows, really. It is that which exists at the core of all. But even after alterations, it remains within. Generally speaking, a clump of ore will be more primal than a forged blade. In short, the primal emerges from natural energies. Not following, not interested either. What differs primal from arcane and divine forces? She squints and stares at you for a while. The answer to that could be many. I would lean towards saying that they differ in only origin. But that origin makes all the difference in the world. How do you mean? I do not know. It is like forces that flow through your strings. Some flow from divine sources. Some flow from natural, primal sources. While the arcane, it is more like plucking those strings themselves. Editing the rules. Something like that. She gives you a slow nod. Thank you. Wrong fucking voice. Oh, I'm glad that I sound good. Thank you. I'm also glad your speakers sound good. Thank you. That's all the magic questions for now. You're very welcome, human. We found an elf in the tea shop. One of your friends. Her normally wide smile fades. An Ilium, I presume. I do not consort with their kind. I am afraid I cannot help in any way apart from offering you a free piece of advice. A tip, if you will. Please do. She makes a coughing-ish sound. Tread carefully. The roots of Ilium go far and deep. They will strangle you, given the chance. Do not anger the Mender's shadow. I don't understand. Her smile returns. They do shady business. If the tea shop is their fault, you cannot do much. So, be careful, just in case. Got it. I'll be careful. Good. She nods. That's it. Bye. Hell yes. Okay, I gotta go pray. Because we can talk to aminals. And that's incredibly important. We've also got Druidcraft. I wonder if Druidcraft lets me teach to the, yes! Talk to little freakuses! A tiny primal spirit! I figured I kept seeing them puff away. Swim me! Yeah, okay, dude. Wait, can I take you? Oh, no, you're just made of apples. Thanks, brother. Let's go. They're fucking everywhere. Yeah, like I saw them just poofing out of existence all over the place. Oop. Oh my god, this is where that went? Fuck. Viskin's Lich House must be located within these walls. Just a bit further up. They're 3 apples tall. I wonder if this is a good apple spell gone wrong. Okay. Speak with animals. Reese. Comprehend languages. Cure wounds. Shield of Faith. No. Prayer of Healing. Finish. Yes. Good apple, best apple. The apple. All right, back into the pit to talk to that rat. Wait, can I talk to the rat in my pocket? No. Wait, if I equip him, can I talk to the rat in my pocket? No. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm getting some off my, like, okay wisdom at the very least. The real boon to my stats are the fact that I have 25 fucking health to keep beefing checks to. My decorative rat. I love my T-posing rat friend. All right, back into the hallway. All right, we're where we started, except now we know a lot more about Druidcraft and we can talk to dogs. Hello. A rat. It's barely moving amongst the skulls. God damn it, you won't let me talk to the rat! Wait. Another one. 2 rats. A yin and yang of rat. Oh, we did this already. 2 rats. Where do you go? I'll need some type of key here. A horrid noise in the dark. Moving. A mess of rusty iron and clattering bones. Moving towards you. Fun fact. In Fallen London, guy who's only ever played Fallen London, there are a collection of cats that you can acquire, one for every one of your equipment slots, of which there are many. Some cats act as a hat, some act as a weapon, some act as shoes because they weave between your legs. And all of them increase a stat called In the Company of Cats. And once you get it to a certain number, you can go and get a special cat. But you can bedeck yourself in cats. Like head to toe. Moving towards you. No, no, no. I hate the crypts. It calls to you. Roll initiative. Yes. Incoming undead. It is said I'm killing you. You found out what the rats are. Oh, I'm excited. I must have them all. No! No, shit! Destroy it! You can speak with them, but you need all 5? Ah! Aha! I have a new objective! Don't you have some kind of holy magic against this thing? The goblin brings out his sling. In one swift move, he launches a projectile towards the abomination. It flies right through its open ribcage. Taking stilted steps towards you, the skeleton raises its sword hand. The blade comes down, striking you in the shoulder. A bone-chilling shriek emanates from its skull. You must defend yourself and smite this foul abomination. Too late to run away. But you gotta stay loose or this thing will cut you into pieces. Join your brother. Would hugging it help in any way? Yes. Bone against bone. You quickly constrict your brother with your flesh-wrapped bones. It squirms, but it cannot leave your grip. Holy shit, cleric! Keep him like that. Can you feel the brotherly love? The skeleton shrieks. As it does, Snell starts kicking it over and over. As bones break, the dust flies out across the chamber. The shriek fades. Whatever evil animated this corpse seems to fade away, leaving only a husk in your bosom. The animated. There we go. Finally, he mumbles, taking heavy breaths. Let go. The foe has been vanquished. Death through love. Ballsy move. A quick thinking. The bones spill to the ground in a pile of dust and scrap metal. No other threats. This skeleton must have been the only guardian. Thank you, Snell. You're welcome. You did good, too. You performed your duty. This crypt has been cleansed. That is an overstatement. The goblin leans on his knees, panting. Gods, I hate crypts. He raises a finger and wags it. Nothing good has ever came from constructing a crypt. You either get a cursed place filled with death or a meat grinder filled with undeath. His veins are nothing but adrenaline. They can be a little cozy. Are you insane? Look at this place. It's like... A bang from somewhere far away echoes down the hallway. The goblin jumps. A shiver down your spine. Then the chamber grows silent once more. A scent of death still lingers. He clears his throat. Fuck this place. Let's go. Hold on. I need to make sure this warrior gets what he deserves. Which is... I'm not sure, but he looks like he used to be a real warrior of Earth. So, right. I get it. I'll do what I must. But first, I'll level up. I have decided we're not a strength cleric anymore. We're a constitution cleric. We did finally get a 3rd level spell slot, though, which means that we can get access to Speak with Dead. But my stomach has never led me wrong before. Oh, I wish that wasn't intelligence. It's so cool looking. But it is also constitution. Yeah, it's worth it. Taken from an undead city in Taken from an undead in the city below, this helm was worn in the early days of Norvik by those powerful spell-slinging clerics who served Earth in his reconquest. It even has some glowing esoteric runes on the inside. Berggrunden skakara Wehrmacht du Trollkarl af Earth, ma marken for evigt varadin. Our charisma takes a hit, but we get a little bit of intelligence and a little bit of constitution. And most importantly, we look cool as fuck. A mace? Mace of Terror. +2 con. You reach for the mace. It is cold. Colder than iron permits. Got yourself a nice weapon, eh? Grip it. Hard. As your gloved hand wraps around the handle, a chill runs up your arm. Not just cold. Turn around. Nothing. Just the empty crypt. But... you good? The goblin looks concerned. Did you see that? See what? He glances around the crypt. There's nothing here but dust and bones. You look down at the mace. It's ornate, well crafted. Maybe it doesn't raise our con because, or our charisma because it's old as hell, so it's like out of style. Because it was a spell-slinging cleric of old. Maybe it's like wearing a fedora. Sure, it might have been the style at the times in the 20s, but now you just look like an asshole. Yet, your body seems to fail when you hold it, McCleric. Something is very, very wrong with it. What, is it cursed? Did I just get cursed? No, it's... there, again. Shit, look out! The figure. In the periphery. Spin around. Nothing. Gone. This thing is haunted. What? He stares at the mace. You sure? I'm sure. Great. Haunted weapons. Just what we needed. Damn this. You find this lovely weapon, ready to take on the city's foulness, and you simply cannot wield it. The horror. It's like some unfleshy ghast come to haunt you. Is too great. Keep it sealed. Keep it close. The spirit watches. What? Standard issue among the Earthguard. The soul of its previous owners clearly haunting it. If you see a dude staring at you out of the corner of your eye whenever you wield it, it might be... You see a dude staring at you out of the corner of your eye whenever you wield it. Might be best not to use it in a fight. Okay, is there a guy Am I gonna see a guy for real, though? This stone coffin. A stone coffin rests against the wall. Of classical dwarven design, used for early earthfolk tombs. Cox crossbow mace is haunted. The lid is sealed tight. The lid is sealed tight, almost built into the wall itself. Examine the coffin. You run your hand along the stone. Gold. Smooth. Look closer at the carvings. Your eyes trace the symbols carefully. Death. Rebirth. The cycle. Typical dwarven work. A few words of poetry. Nothing interesting. It is beautiful. It says, Gudargar folkdor, inget nit under solen. Along with many other proverbs, each one personalized for the fallen. These coffins must have been close dwarven warriors of Earth, until their graves were exhumed, of course. Examine the handle. It is integrated perfectly into its design. An iron ring serves as the grip. Oh no, you just knocked Mona off the desk? Jail for bridge. Pull the handle. It is firm. You cannot move it. Rotate the handle. You grip the carved skull and twist. A soft click echoes from within the wall. Something has unlocked. Now pull the handle. The handle resists for a moment, then gives way. Secret tunnel into the deeper crypt, revealing a narrow staircase descending into darkness. Oh boy. Even deeper, huh? Doom. You scared? I'm not feeble-minded, if that's what you're asking. So, yeah, I'm scared. He steels himself and grips his sling. Let's go. Into the dark. Go into the dark. A tomb of a fighter. It is empty inside, except for some bone dust and money. Grave robbing. The first tomb of Earth. This is it. This is the first place his body was placed 27 years ago. Oh, she got treats out of the deal. That's good. Good. Just reward. Deserved. This is the first place his body was placed 27 years ago. Your lord. Your master. What is the value of a life? 200 gold. I guess? Fallen and exhumed, like his city. Watch closely. This is how every divine dominion ends. With the cracking of an ugly tomb. This place is still holy, consecrated. Despite this, horrors still walk the grimy tiles. This dude is really bad at spelling Earth. Earth's traces still linger here, as it should. And finally, the crypt of an archer. It is empty. Me am Earth. I forgot that the cleric is 27 also. Me am Earth come back from dead. Probably raised by Visken. Welcome to Earth. Oh, hey, look. It's Withers. Like, for real, though. A shard. Oh, I remember. Who wanted us to come down here? And there was something about a lich. A wooden coffin. It's rotting. Here. There's a powerful spellcaster named Bondival hiding out in the crypt. We must find him. I think I found him. Are you Bondival? A highly decorated skull. Stepping into the hidden tomb, you see a colorful display of twinkling light through the gloomy and dusty air. An eerie altar, placed on top, a skull, and several colorful gems. Valuable, too. Right, he was the one who's supposed to teach us Speak with Dead. I knew Viskin was involved in that. I forgot this led to that because I was so locked out by not having third-level spells yet. So this is a perfect dovetail into one another. And shiny. Take one. You could get it appraised by someone downtown. The skull is a sign of death. Grab the skull. The second you place your hand atop the skull, the gems begin to glow. Huh? Oh, blast of necrotic energy fills your veins, from your palm going up to your heart. Despite this, you cannot remove the palm. It is glued to the skull. Stop! Cleric, stop! Scream and shake the skull. Ah! As you do, a shriek fills the air, followed by a shrill voice. Put me down! Keep shaking. After 2 more shakes, the skull pops out of your palm, the necrotic damage on your flesh fading. The skull bounces against the wall before stopping suddenly in midair. As if lifted by some invisible force, the bejeweled skull rises from the altar. Its gleaming eyes twinkling in the light, its jaw chattering. The noise causes you to recoil. Death! No way. An unending wave of dread falls upon your essence. Earth, protect me! Protect you? The goblin tries to grab you, but he freezes and groans. What the hell? He falls to his knees. You barely stand. I can't move. The dread. You resist it. The skull's jaw stops chattering. As the noise disappears, you feel in control once more. I put it on the top of his head. Just a head pat. You wake me up for some trifling bullshit? You a trifler? Huh? It clicks its teeth together. What's a trifling? It's what you're doing, mortal! You're trifling like a trifler! I'm the cleric! Try not to puke. Cleric, huh? A cleric of a dead god! Holy hells, this thing is terrible. It was a con save, which means I'm perfect for this. I love not dying, but still probably being dead. Holy hells, this thing is terrible. Just being close to it ruins your posture. The body cannot sustain this undeath. The skull lets out a howling laughter as it shudders about in the air. I am Necrolord Bondival! Punch the skull. Punch the skull! Punch the skull. You wind up your fist. Then you attempt to lock eyes with the gems. And try to send your shaking arms forward. Come on, come on. Huh? Where you attempt to strike at me? The skull lets out a mocking laughter as you recover from your missed attack. I like you! What?
Such gusto! You remind me of my old lieutenant. That boy always swung at his superiors. I raised him 12 times over the course of the war.
Snell, I think the skull likes me. I think so too. Play along now.
If you keep this up, you may be worthy enough to be raised as a servant one day.
He rattles a laugh, slowly spinning in the air.
Viskin let me know all about your little situation.
Oh, he did? The demi-lich clicks once.
You're not very necromantically entangled, are you?
Not really, no.
I can see that. You see, I'm not just some horny wizard.
The skull drops down and flips around on the table.
I'm a goddamned mage!
You hear the goblin groaning.
Trained in the arts by Hagendeem legends, sent to fight on behalf of the greatest empire in the history of yours, Asprint. Necrolord is not just some title, it's a calling, a dream of undead supremacy. One day, it will be reached. You're the lucky one here, for I will help guide you to a string attunement. A necromantic attunement.
Why should I want to learn necromancy?
For one, you'll be able to cast Speak with Dead without trouble. You'll also gain an appreciation of the subtle art of death magic. Doesn't that sound lovely?
Sure.
Good!
The skull is not going to kill you. But you do not have the strength to vanquish a demi-lich like this. So, later. Do it later. So, what are you exactly?
Ah, you never asked, did you? I am a terrifying lich, of course.
Got it.
You'd have to be pretty stupid not to.
How did you end up like that?
Like what?
A skull. He goes silent for a few seconds.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The demi-lich is probably in denial about the whole being a skull thing. Oh no, in check. Pegasus Bass Spider. That's why I'm exploring every other option first in the hope that I lower that DC as much as possible. 'Cause fuck. Dead?
Ah, that. Long story. I've been around since the 300s.
Divine Era?
No, I'm not that old. Come on.
Arcane Era?
Of course! What else?
The skull pauses its rotating and focuses on you.
I'll talk your skin off, cleric.
Please. No. He clearly loves to talk. Any question you ask, he will answer. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a small village called Creve. Creve, a city in eastern Reeds, one of the few places untouched by the later stages of the Coast War, and thus a stronghold in early freestriderism. Today it is the 4th largest free city. We had barbarian invasions from the Vorgone border every year. To protect them, I raised our dead from the village crypts. Those were some bloody battles, I'll tell you. Took a dozen heads before the message got into their thick, giant skulls.
Who taught you necromancy?
A ghost, actually. Haunted a ruin outside my father's farmstead. Led me to my first spellbook, told me how to pull strings and fast-tracked my spell slot accumulation. Her name was Eulina Prax, a wonderful, crazy harlot.
Where is she now? The skull does a spin.
She was captured by a high-ranking exorcist after I built my first squadron. Last I heard, she was part of some Freestrider trade prince's personal collection. Kept her in a bottle. Like she's a genie or something. I would have gone with a fancy box myself. Or an urn.
Your innards churn by having to listen to his strange tales.
What is your greatest accomplishment?
Ow! It's a bit embarrassing, but it has nothing to do with necromancy. Back in the war, I was to receive a commendation in Thazen. Big event. Big deal. Well, that evening during reception, I managed to seduce and charm a beautiful young lady. Turns out she was the daughter of a Hagendim Arcanist. Can you imagine? So obviously I married her straight away. My father-in-law made sure I got promoted to hell and back over the next decade. Got me deep into the Arcanist circle until the accident, of course.
You married up, and that's your greatest accomplishment?
Arcanist politics is won in the bedroom, not on the battlefield.
What is this, a job interview? Where does Boney see themselves in 500 years? Hey, you interview the teacher as much as the teacher interviews you.
Don't worry, there was true love between Acalia and I. She was a great scribe of the era, that glorious woman. We didn't divorce until after a century of lichdom. Do you understand how rare that is? That was love, it was!
How morbidly romantic.
That is strangely impressive, yes.
Last I heard, she was heading a mercantile faction in Feltire.
He clicks his non-existent tongue.
Gods be damned, I miss that lady. Her body, yes, but her mind.
So, what did you do to earn that commendation?
Murder mostly. Once I'd mastered 9th level spell slots, I managed to create my own custom Raise Dead spell. It allowed me to direct 100 zombies at once, and most importantly, they all had basic motor functions left. They could use tools, rifles, wands, basic magic items. It took a toll, but I alone held the line on Gormisol for 3 days straight. Corpses as far as the eye could see. Those were the days.
He sounds wistful. He is obviously evil or insane. What's your greatest necromancy accomplishment, then?
Oh, easy. I led the animation of a Draco-Lich.
A Draco-Lich?
A Draco-Lich, yes! Ychmilian Ravad, a child of Isuth. Not one you'd read about in history books, but she had spirit, that dragon. It wasn't a regular, I wasn't a regular in the dragon cultist community, but my expertise as a lich led them to hiring me. I would have done it for free, honestly.
He lets out a sinister chuckle.
In the end, we succeeded. That was my greatest accomplishment, cleric. Creating one of the most fearsome creatures to ever walk the coast.
What happened to the dragon?
I obviously won't divulge the secret of Draco-Lichdom, but rest assured that Ychmilian went through hell, to achieve her new form. It was a tragedy what those genie Templars did to her and her army. Otherwise, she could have easily ruled a city or two by now.
Genie Templars?
Some crazy warriors out of Cargamesh. Was a big thing 100 years ago. I am fond of dragons, you know. Mortals look up to us. Gods look down on us. Dragons treat us as equals. At least, the wise ones.
Tell me about that accident of yours.
This lich is talking all night long, it seems. It's really not worth talking too much about. After myself and my dear wife had both achieved lichdom, I made some misplays in the politicking. Stepped on the wrong foot, so to speak. Got my entire splinter house exiled from the Hagen-Dim coalition. One thing led to another, yada yada. I ended up in Ascani. The lord of the fortress invited me to stay for a while. Did some freelancing, you know, newly divorced dad shit. Once Earth arrived, I ended up working with some of his paladins. Never met the fellow, but I liked the cut of his jib.
All right, before we continue talking this lich's metaphorical ear off because he's lost his regular one long ago, we've hit the midpoint, and I'm going to run our 3-minute ad break. Grab a drink, use the restroom, do what you got to do, and we'll resume talking to this madman in 3 minutes. See you soon. I kind of like Bondival. He's really crazy in a good way. I will be right back myself. And we're back. I hope we can keep Bondival. I hope he's an item. Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. It's back to Bondival. Back to Bondival time.
The Lord of the Fortress.
The Fortress of Verdun. You know, the esoterical, shadowy, miles-wide castle?
That sounds like a crazy dungeon.
Sure is. The Lord reached out, was looking for necromancers to add some new tricks.
Who is this Lord?
No clue. But he paid well and let me research the crazy stuff going on there. Still have no idea what the fortress actually is.
Wear Bondival on your head. Oops, Bondival took over your body. It's Bondival's body now. Welcome to Bondival Adventures. The Bondival Cleric.
Still have no idea what the fortress actually is. My professional guess would be that it's an esoteric pocket gone wild, like a slice of pure negative energy that's landed right in Ascani and can't escape its bubble. Just one of many weird wonders of the coast. The Fortress of Verdun is a popular dungeoneering location. Lots of treasure to be found whenever a hole opens up. Whenever the fortress opens up, there's always a trove of merchants setting up camp outside the entrance.
Many great beasts to encounter and vanquish in that legendary evil dungeon. You should go there someday. Do you have any kids?
A dozen or so.
Productive.
Thank you. My wife, Acalia, ex-wife, was a prominent member of the MRS, Metrocratic Reproduction Society. They were the forefront of women-first magics. You know, the kind of stuff that makes the whole childbirthing and or rearing business into a cakewalk. I never got along with those hags, but they did let me have 2 sons, so that's something.
Are you implying that sons are better than daughters?
Not really. There's an argument to be made that they're much less of a hassle. But the MRS hags definitely had an agenda, you know. More girls, more members. I'm not crazy.
What happened to your kids?
I think some of them survived the fall. My blood wasn't prominent enough to be lineage persecuted among the Freestriders. At the same time, it's not like they received any inheritance. Logically, I should have some great-grandchildren scattered around Diminori. Oh, sorry, what's it called now? Reeds? Stupid name, if you ask me. They should have called it Strideri or something. That would have been on brand.
Cool, that gives me a better picture of your life.
Enjoy the view.
Tell me about Viskin.
Lovely bastard. I gave him a serious case of testicular torsion once. Can't believe he ever forgave me.
Pure evil.
Vanquish this foe, now!
The skull lets out a maniacal laugh. Just out of nowhere? As a joke? Try to imagine sneaking up behind someone and doing the twirly twist.
No! We had a little war going on, okay? I had just left my position at the Fortress of Verdun. It was 30-ish years, I believe, right when your Earthfolk had begun growing quite bold upriver Torna. So I decided to sneak into your city here. That's when I saw him. An old opponent, Viskin. I immediately remembered his ugly mug and his rotten soul engineering.
You came to Norvik 30 years ago.
Something like that. Either way, I decided to kill him and take his place among the mortals of Norvik. A couple magic duels and assassination attempts later, and we were at a stalemate. Although I'd consider it more as me just getting tired of hunting him down all the time. Him and his goons. Our battles came to an end, though, when a local vampire started messing with us both, threatened to expose us. So we joined up. Team up of the century. Or that decade, at least.
You two fought a vampire together.
Was an epic duel of the shadowy fates. The skull bounces around. Together, however, the vampire was easily eliminated. In the aftermath, we decided to work together. Viskin even helped me get this sweet alcove for myself. We share research from time to time and work together to figure out the mystery of... He stops. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about something else.
Did you turn into a skull in that battle with the vampire?
A skull? He makes a motion that could be interpreted as a shrug. I'm a bit bony, but a skull? Don't be preposterous.
Is this lich an idiot? A fool? Who was the vampire?
Thomas Darrow was his name. A nobleman, which made it much more dangerous.
He's saying a Darrow was a vampire? Slander, surely. Hopefully.
We cut him down without anyone suspecting a thing. Maybe I shouldn't say this out loud, but who cares?
The mysterious death of Thomas Darrow was written about quite extensively in magazines about 15 years back when you were a kid. What's that about research?
Nothing. That's nothing.
He says nothing more. All right, I have some other questions.
Ask freely, cleric.
Know anything about the tea shop thing?
Nah.
You seem to be pretty well informed about going-ons around the city.
I get updates sometimes, but I don't know. Fun thing that it exploded, though.
I wouldn't say... I don't have an opinion on the explosion itself. I'm more looking into the why the explosion happened, and so on.
It was probably a rogue wizard or some kind of magic item mishap. Whenever a necklace of fireballs was smuggled from the floating cities down to the peasants, they'd always find a way to blow themselves up in the most spectacular ways. Hilarious.
That used to be common.
Not every village exploded in a fireball. Those necklaces were valuable. But sometimes someone smuggled one away from the front lines, or off a factory floor. I was never too into evocation magic for that reason. Too easy.
He chuckles in a sinister way. What are you voting in the election?
It goes against my ideological beliefs to vote. Democracy doesn't work. Never has, never will.
Why do you say that?
People are just too stupid. On average, statistically. Magocracy or technocracy might work. Hells, even oligarchy has its uses. Just look at the Free Striders. But real democracy is foolish. It might help launch these other, more powerful forms of governance into speed, but real, permanent democracy, a shit show. Just you wait.
Have you seen real democracy in action?
Somewhat. Some pre-Arcanist states had pretty formal democratic conventions established. They were eaten, consumed by the power of the magocracy. They could not handle the rapid changes and extreme strengths of the more directly controlled governments. The only reason a magocratic power did not stand on top at the end of the Coast War is because of yours inebriating ebbing. Terribly annoying.
Ebbing? What?
Of course. You haven't heard of it?
The
Esoteric Ebb.
He is speaking He is speaking of the lack of powerful magic in our world. The lack of magic? We can talk about political theory all day, but if the ebbing had not occurred, the Arcanists would still rule the coast. There is no argument to be had about that. Thank the gods for that. You people were terrible for our realm. You were not there, so I will not blame you for your ignorance.
He said the name of the game!
Trust me, we did wonders for the coast. Brought esoterical industrialization to a land of barbaric feudalism. Some ask if this magical fading could have caused Earth's end. It is not considered very acceptable to inquire such things, but it is a fair question. I have to ask, what do you think the ebb really is? The demi-lich swirls around in the air before landing down on the altar. I say the same thing most rational arcanists said back when it was first discovered. Yor is alive. He is haunting us, taking away what he gave with strings. As a joke, or a punishment, or a gift. Who knows? Personally, I'm furious at him. If he is indeed still here, watching us. Interesting. Think it's interesting internally. The skull slowly floats up into the air again, waiting for another question. I will attune with necromancy. The skull does a little dance. The strings are always different for each school, aesthetically speaking. Everyone views them differently. Abjuration to me is steel. Evocation is lightning. Necromancy is flesh. Perhaps that can help. This mad demi-lich offers you knowledge. You do not need it. Show him. Of course you can attune with necromancy easily. You're a genius. You can attune to any magic known to man or beyond. Do you remember? Yes. I remember that course in school. Yes. All clerics underwent the undeath control class. They focused mostly on hostile destruction of undeath, not so much on the management of it. But the teacher cast an animation spell to create a zombie for you all to train on. The strings. They were pale, like death. Hold out a hand towards the skull. Yes, try it! He giggles in that sort of insane, creepy way. There are many strings. Twist this one. Twist the string. You do so. And the string grows dark, black as night. It flies into your chest. Ow! Scream and convulse. Oh, gods. You fall to your knees. They are weak. They cannot help him now, Goblin. He laughs. You did something all right. Get up and groan. You tossed a ton of negative energy right into your damn heart. First time I've seen someone do that and live. Impressive. You are alive, aren't you? Not a zombie or something behind that helmet on your head? Fuck you. That's the spirit. Try again later. You'll get it eventually. Maybe you should rest first. Or something. He sounds worried. He should be. You have a better understanding now that you've seen the pale string. I'm going now. Goodbye, Bondeval. Alright, for the purposes of this check, I'm going to equip anything that gives me an intelligence boost. Because I need it.
Well, I have a lot of things that are penalties to intelligence. I exclusively... Okay, this is the best we're gonna get. Awesome. Alright, well, fuck it. Oop. The skull floats in front of you with a permanent smirk and wide jeweled eyes. Cleric! So loud. Yeah, that. Alright, we're gonna try again. It's only a DC 13 this time. We have advantage. We failed. Alright, well.
Holy fuck, dude.
Really wish it would just let you skip the shit you've done before. Well, if I don't get it this time, I'm fucked, I guess. Until I go get more shards. Okay, we actually got it. We're out of fucking shards. Think. This demi-lich believes himself to be your teacher here. He might be insane, but there is still knowledge to be had, if you can decipher it. Tell me as best as you can. The School of Necromancy. How do I master it? Strings are strings. They are equal, but different. You must have seen them a lot, since you have them running through your flesh in masses. I do? He continues. A string of necromancy becomes that when it intersects with negative energy. Thus it begins to look like flesh to me, for example. I have surely as many strings going through my existence as you do, except mine are necromantic. Yours are. The skull shakes a bit. Many others. How do you deal with strings, usually? When I attune with the strings, I twist them. Ah, so that is how you cast your organized spells, then. Necromancy is special because of that negative energy. Twisting a necromantic string would hurt, naturally, if you are anything but not alive. A living necromancer learns to either manage the pain through mutilation, religious fervor, physical numbness, or they learn to cut the string. Cut? Everyone uses different terminologies. You may have heard it called willing the string or mastering it. It's the step every spellcaster must go through to reach the higher tier magic. Yeah, I was thinking like twist it the other way because it's negative energy, like you gotta like Coriolis affect it in the opposite direction. They must learn to manipulate the string's shape. The shape of the string. Yes. But it doesn't have a shape. It's just a dot. Living necromancers learn how to deal with the pain. Go numb, get high as fuck, lose your goddamn mind, etc. The skull laughs mockingly. Why do you think they call it a string then, dumbass? It measures change over time. You might have grabbed and twisted your strings in the moment, but cutting a string means grabbing it independently from all its other parts, in the past and in the future. Don't just twist it, separate it from itself. Oh,
So that's what that means. The string goes through time. Manipulating it more closely requires it to be twisted only in the now, without the other baggage. Stick out your hand. Yes! Locate a string near Bondival, a pale string.
Yes!
Twist it.
Oh, shit! That hurts!
What?
You twisted a string into a cure wounds, you idiot! Hurt like a... What do you say? Motherfucker!
Cure Wounds, a first-level abjuration necromancy evocation spell. It heals a target. I failed? The skull laughs intensely.
You did great, cleric! Or should I say, necromancer? That was a cure wounds for sure, but a necromantic cure wounds. Instead of a cure wounds cast through sissy abjuration or hardcore flesh-melding transmutation, you now manage to simply remove the negative energy to reach the same conclusion. Healing. Although, yes, it did hurt like all hells, since negative energy is obviously kind of my thing here as a glorious lich.
Oh! So I mastered necromancy.
An overstatement, perhaps, but you should be able to cast the one spell you're looking for, at least. Speak with dead!
Finally. That's great. It would be extremely useful for the case, obviously. The skull nods.
You want a spell scroll?
That'd be useful, yes. The skull widens its jaw, and then coughs up a tiny spell scroll into the altar. Grab it, reluctantly. Terrible. But a spell is a spell.
You've earned it, my evil apprentice.
I think, Kaj, in this case, it's the dead is speaking with me rather than me speaking with the dead.
Glorious. Another tier of magic unlocked. Even if it's just a third-level spell, this will surely lead to greater things in the future.
If you have any other questions, go ahead.
Speak with dead. That's 5 questions, right?
Yes, indeed. Plus, the spell does not allow the spirit to learn anything new. It just literally animates a simile of the creature. It's an extraction tool, not a way to learn information.
Where did he cough that up from? Bridge, I do want to know. I do want to know what kind of pocket dimension lives in a demi-lich's mouth. What that mouth do? What that demi-lich mouth do?
So, if a person is being targeted by Speak with Dead and then resurrects, that person will not remember the questions or answers it gives.
Not one bit. Except, of course,
Yes.
there have been recorded instances of it happening. Rare. Very rare. But only for certain creatures entangled so heavily in the strings of yore that their spirit itself grows tendrils, so to speak.
Strings of yore. Yore strings. Thanks, Charisma.
If the spirit lives entirely within the strings, then it theoretically could listen in on the Speak with Dead conversation. But that's entirely based on conjecture, along with some instances I've encountered during my necromantic studies. Nothing to base a worldview on, wouldn't you say?
Interesting.
Indeed. Good job on this. I can see you have an extreme talent for handling strings beyond what I've seen in many youngsters. I would love to watch you burn out on a battlefield among hags and legionnaires.
The skull lets out a crazed laughter while spinning around in the air.
Anything else you want?
I'm going now. Goodbye, Bondeval. Bring this skull to the Freudian Jungian halfling we met last time. Unstoppable force versus immovable object. Oh my god, that's fucking brilliant, Schmatterkeg. An incredible plan. Oh yeah, it would be an esoteric event, but I wanna. Okay. Let's go prep speak with dead. Speak with dead, then. Let's see what happened. I think we'd create like a black hole, basically, like a micro black hole. I feel like it would just sort of collapse in and on itself. Yeah, Schmatter, I think you're gonna get one of the two extremes. You're either gonna get like a utopia that generates from that, or a catastrophic implosion that ends all life on this ring. Okay. Speak with dead. Prayer of healing. Speak with animals. Grace. Comprehend languages. And cure wounds. Do I have to talk to Viskin first? Yes, he says with a smile, putting away some of the documents before him. Thank you, bye. Where did Dead Elf? A stone next to these says, magic items belonging to the deceased. Bracers of thievery. Lowers the DC of trifling checks by your proficiency. Sure. I didn't notice these before somehow. A pair of iron and leather bracers marked by the symbols of Elam craftsmanship. They are extremely magical and grant the wearer an intense improvement to sleight of hand and trifling related activities. Here we go. With little fanfare, nor any magical sparks, you see a slight twitch of the scorched body. There is something wrong about this. It is sacrilegious, but perhaps the animated spirit will give you something useful in retribution. As if they weren't turned to a coal-like substance, the lips begin to move, like sludge. A faint wheezing comes out from the throat. Horrific. What are the rules of this again? 5 questions. The spirit of the deceased is under no obligation to answer them truthfully. Considering you're just a random cleric, the answers should be fair. The soul itself cannot learn new information. You are not speaking to the actual person, but rather just speaking with a mirror of its mind at the point of death. So no asking about the afterlife. Got it. Cool Sludge Lips. Hello, Tim Curry Pollution Monster. Souls can only be animated by Speak with the Dead once per week. What was that song? Toxic Love? Been a million years since I've seen Fern Gully. This is your only opportunity. Be direct and stern in your questions. And stoic. Do I answer in present? Do I ask in present or past tense? It does not matter. The elf will not be aware of your perspective, and as such will interpret questions such as what was your name as what is your name. Okay, I'm ready.
Time to talk. Maybe she'll be handpicked to answer.
It is Toxic Love.
Okay.
Remember, cleric, 5 questions. That's all you get. So make them count.
Be polite. Ask her if you can get her some tea or something. She obviously liked tea. I can ask what the corpse is voting in the election. Okay. All right. I think what was your name is going to be a valuable question. What was your name?
Pinja Athena.
Yeah, sounds Elven. She closes her eyes and nods.
Pinja Athena.
4 questions remaining. Why were you in the tea shop when it exploded?
A meeting. A planned meeting with my friend. The lovely hag.
Snell gives you a look. So we gotta find a hag now? This is getting messy. That's 2. 3 more questions remaining. What was this meeting you had planned in the tea shop?
It was a sale, a negotiation with my free strider contact.
Oh, interesting. 3 asked, 2 more. Who actually came to this meeting?
Not the one I expected.
You see Snell mouth, and
It was
the ruined body convulses, soot and charred flesh cracking and creasing.
the state.
Huh? One of her hands, burnt and stale, attempts to unfurl its fingers. As it does, black dust falling. It breaks as it does, black dust falling to the table. But it is clear. She is attempting to point.
It was you.
1 question left. Make it count.
Who did you work for, or where did you live? Where did you live might give us a line on information. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Kaj. If I ask where she lives, I might do that, but she may not live in town. Asking her who she works for could give us an idea of motive. At the very least, she was meeting free striders, but we don't know who she was meeting free striders on behalf of. It could be Ilium, because we had that brooch. Yeah, I think where did you live is going to be our more valuable final question. Where did you live?
In many places. The embassy, often. Seldom in Darrow's mansion.
Darrow. The corpse mouth stiffens once more, and the mimicking of life ends. That is 5. All right. Cool. What did we learn? It's an elf? That's true. It is an elf. But whoever showed up, it wasn't a friend. Instead,
It's the second time Darrow's come. Yeah, there was the Darrow that was a vampire. Darrow is our boss. We have strategically avoided him all game. He's who Etir works for. Coin Lord Darrow. He gives you a solid stare. She said it was you. I was not at the tea shop during the explosion. Yeah? I was in the towers. My patriarch can vouch for me, even if he doesn't really like me. I believe you. My head is a mess, but... Yeah, no. Don't worry about it. Huh? We sent for you. If there was some deep state conspiracy and you somehow blew up the tea shop, why would they send you to investigate it? To cover my tracks? You haven't really done that from what I've seen. So, don't worry. I don't suspect you of anything. My guess is it's another agent of the state responsible. What? The elf points at you, or tries to, and says you're the one she saw at the tea shop? Yeah, no, she means a cleric, or an earth guard, or something like that, 100%. That makes a lot more sense than me having amnesia. Yeah, it's not like memory-changing spells don't exist, but it's too much. Gotta follow the simplest answer. And that's not you being a secret bad guy. So now we look for more clues. Yeah, I think I am just in generic cop uniform, basically. So, like, she's just pointing at an Earthguard. Frank, son of Frank, the witness. We gotta find that fucker. Let's follow the leads. Some interesting stuff to think about. The goblin nods and then gives you a thumbs up. Nice job on the spell, cleric. Give him a thumbs up back, and then leave. Alright, we gotta go down. I wonder if I should tell Sageleaf about this. Let's just keep going down for now. We got more information to get. So the elf was meeting a free strider. Someone else showed up. She was there to negotiate a sale. Not sure for what.
I'm angry.
Thanks, man. Do you want tea? What's your favorite color? Who are you voting for? Damn, we didn't get anything useful. Oh, hey, it's Moongore. We got a little bit more. Loyalty is a fickle thing. Hers lies with the halfways, but for sake of coin and shelter. But also something else, something more ethereal. Ogres, hobgoblins, ettins, trolls. The bugbear stands among them all as the chargers of the Ascani wilds. You have heard of their kind finding a place within civilized society as mercenaries and guards. Moongore is a cliché. Beware monsters. Oh shit, thanks little dude. Oh, these guys are just full of useful little crap. Yeah, okay, that's the route that you should have taken for that. Thanks for the money, dude. The most central part of the great Bracken tree of Tolstad. Among the tangled mass of vines and mossy rocks, you see the thick roots of a bracken tree. They crack open the walls and ceiling of this half-dwarven, half-anticipalian chamber.
The natural retaking of the artificial. It is beautiful. Touch the roots. They are soft on the surface, a layer of moss. Look beyond the roots. They are thick and create a vast, tight forest. There might be something there, hidden beyond the wall of roots. But you are not sure. Hello? The tree does not respond. Alas, I don't think it's got a mouth. Or a brain. I guess you could talk to it with some magic. Then again, I'm no expert. So this is the bottom of the big tree. More or less.
The roots go deeper. Much deeper.
Minun sexikas puni? The roots slowly, but ever so slightly, widen, revealing the goods within. Lord Pooh appears to allow you to loot cash now. How polite.
Yeah, Moongore is the one who's holding onto the good apple scroll, but she did say that there were other scrolls behind this tree wall, I remember, with that password.
It clearly could not stand your might.
Nod your head and stop speaking to the tree.
So we got... bark skin was the other one. And then... Oh, good. I'm really, really glad that we are... Third rat. Don't think I didn't see you. Third rat. Okay. We got 3 rats. 3 rats. We need more rats.
You hemmed mankind.
Can I have that spell scroll you've got?
No, of course not. I got this as a gift. I can't just give it away.
From Nessun, right? She told me I should tell you to give it to me.
Oh. Okay then.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I have some questions about the day of the tea shop explosion.
I felt a slight rumble in the earth. I was down here guarding the roots.
So nothing too out of the ordinary?
Nothing I have to tell you, human.
Have you seen a man in yellow pass by here? She grunts. Grunt back.
I did. Are you looking for this man?
Grunt conspicuously. The bugbear shows you a deep frown and says,
If you see him, stick a knife through his heart for me.
Grunt, questioningly.
I saw him approaching from the pillar chamber. Told him to stop. Step away from halfway turf.
Pizza time. Bye. Bye. Where are you? Yes. These are from Ridge. Come here, bud. There he is. There he goes.
I saw him approaching from the pillar chamber. Told him to stop, to step away from halfway turf. But that bastard He cast a spell on me.
That's awful.
No, I was weak. I saw him approaching. He wore an ugly yellow robe. Then he said a few words, and I suddenly happily allowed him to pass. A charm of some kind. I was helpless, like a kitten. Gods, I hate kittens.
You can fix her. You hate kittens?
Yes, any child beast, really. They are too weak to survive on their own. That is a disgusting feature of adolescence.
You can fix her. What else can you tell me about her? Him.
He had slightly darker skin, unlike most pale humans in Norvik. He carried a backpack, and several things, tools.
How much darker, exactly?
Somewhere between a tad hill goblin and pale fell orcs.
I have no idea what that means. She shrugs. I'll avenge your honor. I swear.
Okay.
You must find this man and punish him. That way you can earn her respect.
Do what you want. I do not care.
In which direction did he go?
They're the south caves.
She points towards the damp tunnel down the slope.
I warned him about the monsters as he walked away. Because of that darn spell. I would have hoped for him to be dinner for some hook horror dark mantle. But that bastard turned invisible as he entered the tunnel. I hate wizards.
Same. Can't stand those nerds. The bugbear lets out a grunt. Clearly, she's signaling that she's done with this part of the conversation. I defeated the skeleton in the crypts.
You did? Well.
She looks you up and down.
I'm impressed. Less for us to worry about.
Yes! What's it like working for the HWBT?
They are good. Lady Sageleaf is a great leader. Her power is overwhelming.
Lady Sageleaf is a weak, inefficient leader who will fall soon enough. I agree. That little goblin woman is enough to break a dozen men.
Or more.
She looks away for a moment.
I've been given life here. A purpose. Well, I do not enjoy living among your kind. The goblins are a fine people.
I hugged the skeleton to death.
What? What the fuck?
Thanks.
Not you in particular, weasel.
Weasel? I don't think I deserve to be called that. So you guard primarily?
Yes. I do tend to do some gardening as well. Keeping the dampness to an appropriate level, and communing with Lord Pooh when the Dark Elf requires it.
The druid? Has she taught you magic?
No. Nessun has shown me tricks. I have no interest in magic and its foul nature.
You've got a green thumb, eh?
No. But I serve well, nonetheless.
You get to fight a lot of monsters down here?
Yes. They often break into the upper city below. It's mostly minor monsters. Sometimes a large one. At times, undead. Fought a ghoul last month. Easy kill. Not too interesting. It is my great pleasure to best a dangerous foe.
Her smile is horrific and bright. I've got some other questions.
Of course you do.
You look like a great warrior and woman.
I do not look like it, human. I am.
I agree. A lot.
Like a lot. What are you attempting here? She laughs mockingly. Some type of courtship? You're a fool. Prove you're worthy. Then I might look your way. You buffoon. How do I do that? Oh, that's what every girl wants, having to tell someone how to court her. Fuck off, weakling. Nod your head and leave. Fine. A petrified bow. Such a horrifying visage. Stepping in front of the petrified statue, you get a sudden sense of paranoia, as if someone is listening in. It's difficult not to. You're very loud. Look around. Over here, buddy. By the nose. Why are you thinking in a squeaky little voice? Oh, well, it would have been nice for you to tell me that. I guess it's a tiny voice. Who said that? Gah! Stop thinking so loud. It's giving me a headache. Your eyes land upon the nose of the stone statue. At the very tip, you see something. Something tiny and unremarkable. A simple ant. Unremarkable. We might be tiny, but trust us, we've got a bite. Stare at the ant. Sup. We are one. Of many. Freaking great to meet with you, buddy. An esoteric ant. You can call us One. We didn't really used to have a name since we were a hive mind. So One will do for now. Talking psychic ant. Got it. More or less, yeah. Huh? The goblin stares at you, then stares at the statue. You having a moment or something? Point at Snow. Explain this to my companion so he doesn't think I'm crazy, please. Right. Sup, dude? You a goblin? Snell perks up and looks around. Psychic ant. Point at the statue's nose. Oh! He gets ready to smash it. No. Relax. We're alone, and it's just... We need to ask for a favor. The goblin stops. Do you know how much trouble you cranium ants have caused us? We had to hire a specialist just to get you to leave. Yeah, it was a whole thing. But we left, you won, so let bygones be bygones. But let bygones be by the gones, as they say. He stares at the ant for a few seconds, and then he frowns. Fuck it, sure. As long as you guys don't return, then fine. What do you want? We need your help. We were driven from the area a while ago, but we left me behind. We left me? This whole identity thing is really new to me. I've never been disconnected from the hive for this long before. It's really difficult. I wonder if I could join a hive. With that uniform, it looks like you already have. But if you help me out, how about we give you something in return? Oh, that sounds like a quest. That sounds like a quest. I like quests. Okay, sure, it's a quest. Yes! We know the location of a secret stash. It's buried in the Undercoast Path, like below this place. Below the city below. Right below it. That's low. Sure is. The Undercoast Path is, well, it leads all the way down to the Undercoast. Right past the gravity flip. Although you won't need to go that far down. It's too dangerous for someone like you anyhow. Beware. This ant may be small, but it is still psionic. You must help this creature. It is asking for your help, and it would really not be that much of a hassle. Be nice. Carry the ant. I will get you to your brothers, my friend. Yay! You're a real cool guy, buddy. We'll be sure to remember you as one of the good ones. Once I get back, that is. All right, so, questing time. You should go down to the Undercoast Path and then talk to the ant. Or just pick him out of your pocket when it's time, or something like that. Thanks.
Put the ant in your pocket and then leave. All right, ant quest, ant quest. A psychic ant, the type of aberration creature that you really don't have the expertise to deal with. Psionics is a whole nother bag. But he's polite enough, so let's see if we can help this guy out. Though a psionic presence does cause your muscles to atrophy for some reason. All right. But we're at time now that we've got Ant Quest. As always, thank you all for coming. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get the actual stream alert sounds happening before next time. We'll see how that goes. But until then, we'll be going tomorrow, same time, same place, same game, same deal. I hope to see you then. But for now, I hope you all have a lovely evening, everybody. Goodbye. Have a great Wednesday night. Bye, everybody. Hey, if you stuck around to the end of the video, I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed. If you want to help support me in making more of this, you can follow me on Twitch, where I stream these live. Like, comment, and subscribe. I suspect you all know how this works by now, but it really does help a lot. Thanks.